Guys, in today's Summoner's War video, I am going to expose Penis. So, he's currently sitting at rank... Oh, no, not like that. That came out wrong. I am going to expose the runes on this top 100 RTA player's account, and his name happens to be Penis. I'm already demonetized from YouTube. The video's already flagged for immediate removal. I'm sorry, YouTube. His name is Penis, and he is currently sitting at rank, I believe it's 53 right now. Fun fact, a couple minutes ago, he was sitting at rank 50, but, you know, RTA is RTA, and people push up, and then that pushes other people down. So, the thing about... the thing about Penis... I'm gonna just giggle throughout half the video. The thing about his runes is he has a total of 0 units at 300 or above speed. You're thinking like, wait, I even have units at 300 plus speed. So he actually takes turn 2 quite a significant, I mean, with no units at 300 plus speed, he takes turn 2 quite a significant amount of time. So I thought that this would be a really great opportunity to show people that sometimes you don't need to always take turn 1. Sometimes it's best to just have efficiency and know the counters to the current meta. I mean, he does have like an LD 5 or 2, but his account is not super stacked or anything. He just tries to go for efficiency, and he tries to say, okay, if I'm going to take turn 2 all the time, because I don't have super blazingly fast, because I mean, at this rank, if you're going to be fast, you need to be 330 plus. You don't need to be like 300 speed is nothing at this point. So at this rank, so you just got to try to be efficient at playing turn 2. So that's what he's done. He's been efficient at playing turn 2. We're going to take a look at some of the matches. We're going to take a look at his picks, and then we're going to see what his runes look like, because again, his runes are not, he does not have any units at 300 or above speed for RTA, and I think that may give a glimmer of hope for some of you guys. You're like, I'm trying to get C1. Okay, so I feel like I don't need to have 300 speed on units to get C. Okay, let's take a look at what he's got. So let's take a look at some of his replays, and then we're going to take a look at his runes, and then we're going to take a look at some of his siege stuff and dungeon things as well, and then I'm going to give him a shout out at the end so you guys can get in touch with him after that if you would like. First match, first few picks, Ciara Volantis. Opponent is going for a few different AoE. That actually looks like a draft that I would pick on the right-hand side. But PP, we're going to call him PP. PP is picking a whole bunch. Volantis gets banned anyway, so it doesn't even matter that he got the LD5 in there, because he gets banned anyway. So, gets a few revenge procs on the Moor, right? Gets resisted, actually. He's still got the opponent still got the defense break and the glancing on the Water Lich, but still gets resisted. So, actually, this Douglas is doing quite a decent amount of work. Douglas is doing quite a decent amount of work just doing his revenge things, doing a crazy amount of damage, right? So the Water Lich, something that a lot of people don't even bother using, he's immune to CC, kind of like the Fire Monkey, and then he also increases his attack gauge. So I think that this Water Lich is, if I recall correctly, he is on Violent and not Vampire? Yeah, he's not Vampiring, so he's on Violent instead. So he's just picking a lot of things where, okay, the opponent is going to outspeed. He can't really do anything about that. He's not super crazy fast, right? Opponent's going to outspeed. He's going to try to control things. So the best thing that he can do in this situation is just bring a whole bunch of passives and try to get those free hits in whenever possible. So Feng Gan is going to keep increasing his attack gauge whenever he's attacked. Water Lich is going to keep increasing his attack gauge whenever he's attacked. Also, Feng Gan, if he's got the revenge up, he's going to keep revenging. That's what the revenge does. And then the Douglas is just going to, you know, revenge regardless, right? So he's got a lot of things that are going to activate certain mechanics, certain passive mechanics when the opponent is doing their turns. So the opponents are just taking as many turns as they want. He's just getting free hits in. That's the basic strategy for a team like this. Next match, first pick Ciara into Volantis Lulu, which is a thing that I notice he likes to do a lot, into the Fire Striker and a Water Lich. Again, opponent is picking just fast control units. Bans the Savannah out. Savannah was the biggest threat. She's got AoE defense breaks, attack gauge, reduction, and then she does a pretty decent amount of damage. So that was a fast match. Opponent conceded very early on. Here's what happened: is opponent did some AoE strips. Volantis has a chance. He doesn't always do this. He has a chance to revenge. When he revenges, he increases his attack gauge and can steal a turn, can cut in and steal a turn, kind of like how Nemesis works. It's not Nemesis, but it's just he revenges and increases attack bar. And then Volantis can strip, provoke, and glancing hit, which is very dangerous against teams like that. Also, the Rika, the Water Lich, came in. He is on Violent. He came in. He skill 1, got the slow. He got a Violent proc. He went for the skill 2 freeze, froze Oki, takes Oki out. And then it was, I mean, he could have, the opponent still could have played the match out, but he was not in a great spot. He lost his advantage at that point, but I think he still could have played that out, and it was a little early for a concede, but anyway, yeah, there we go for the next match. I mean, not everyone has a Volantis, but still, two of the units here are very easily accessible, is Lulu and the Water Lich. Everyone should have access to those at this point. Next match, he goes for something completely different. He goes Ciara into Praha and Kaki and Squeaky and Ophelia. So the Ophelia is picking against the Molong Diana. That's strong against the Molong Diana. The two Onimushas are strong against the Ragdoll. Ciara is just great in a lot of situations. Praha is just great in a lot of situations. But I feel like maybe he knew what was coming in beforehand. Like, he knew the opponent's playstyle. He could have just guessed. He could have just been like, okay, he's bringing in Molong, Lulu, he's G3, which means he probably has Ragdoll, he probably has other LDs. Let me bring in some of the Onimushas because the opponent's going to be bringing in some LDs with those the initial bruiser comp at the very beginning. So goes through and deletes the Diana. Let's see if Ragdoll takes this Squeaky down. A lot of people well, that would make him not be able to take that Squeaky down if he's CC'd. But a lot of people make very tanky Squeakies because you want Squeaky, the water Onimusha, to last quite a while in the match so that he fully stacks everything. So when you're bringing in a water Onimusha, you're expecting the opponent to be taking a lot of turns and be going into endgame. So, and the Torrent, and GG, 59,000 damage, right? But the Kaki's never going to trigger the Ragdoll passive, so, because he doesn't crit. So, very strong against that. But GG against and I feel like he probably just knew, like, at that point, if it's like, okay, he's picking bruisers, that means he's picking things like, you know, Ragdoll. The opponent's picking things like, he's gonna be picking Ragdoll. Next match, opponent first picks Carnal, so he goes for the Ciara Lulu instead of the Ciara Volantis like he was doing before. But the Ciara Lulu makes more sense. The Carnal, a lot of times when people pick Carnal, they're bringing in a bruiser team, not necessarily. I mean, Carnal can pivot either way, but a lot of times they're bringing in a bruiser team, so Lulu is a likely next pick after that. So he gets the revenge with 2 units, gets the revenge with the Volantis. Volantis, so strong. After his buff, Volantis is so strong. He brings in the Rika at the very end because they have no immunity, and Rika can potentially just solo like a ridiculous amount on the team. Also, a lot of times when people are bringing in the Lulu, they have, the Rika, they have high resistance on it so that she doesn't get CC'd. It's one of those things, like, Rika does not need a lot of crit rate, a lot of crit damage, a lot of attack power, because she does her damage through continuous damage, so you can just focus on speed, tankiness, accuracy, because you want accuracy for her every skill. She needs accuracy. And then also resistance. A lot of people like to do high resistance. I personally like to do high resistance as well on the Rika so that she doesn't get CC'd, because she can solo match, but she is still susceptible to getting CC'd or killed. So, yeah, there's a Volantis spotlight on this one. This one, the opponent first picks a Light Horus into a Molong Kaki Feng Gan. He's going for a pure damage bruiser cleave kind of situation. Bans out the Water Joker. So he picks double Oracles into Volantis, which signifies that he's leaving the Horus in there. So they still get their cleave in one way or another, and he's comfortable taking a 3v4 situation here. So now he's just got to try to bomb and cycle and bomb and cycle and bomb and cycle as much as possible. He gets the Wild Cure up, though. So let's see if they get... He's got the Provoke on there. Does he get an additional turn? He does not get an additional turn. He does not get any extra stun value from that AoE skill. So now they're going to probably try to go for an AoE sleep over there to heal the Volantis and also buy some extra time for those bombs to tick off. And then he's going to be dumping the bomb on Feng. Never mind. He's going to be never minding onto Feng Gan after that. So let's see. Does he have... He's got the extra increased attack gauge from the Volantis. Let's see. He's got the defense break. So that's going to be their biggest source of damage. Is going to be gone there. Touch of Punishment takes two of those units out right there. Resistance on the Feng Gan. I wonder if he's built... I mean, he's probably built with decent resistance because Feng Gan likes to get bombed and things like that. One of the annoying things about Feng Gan is if he's got high resistance, he resists defense breaks and things like that. You can still take him out with ignore defense damage, but this one's going to be rough here. Okay. He gets the stun. He gets that lucky stun because Feng Gan can actually solo here. One of the beauties of bruisers right now. Okay, gets the sleep, which allows him to heal, and also There we go. Additional turns. And he needs to get these extra stuns, though. He needs to get these extra stuns. He gets the stuns. Like, these stuns are clutch for him to win this because Feng Gan can actually solo. And then the additional damage from Praha doesn't really matter. I mean, like, if she's going to crit, she's going to crit. If she's not going to crit, she's not going to crit. But she still has that additional damage with skill 1 in artifacts, which is going to do a lot of damage to something like Feng Gan, which is defense-based. And additional damage is pure damage that doesn't really care about defense. So here's another match against someone that we saw in either the first or second match of the game. He goes for Valantis first pick. Opponent's picking a light Polar Queen and a light Monkey. Very nasty, very dangerous. And he goes for just more passive units. Bans the Valantis. So he's got just 4 normal... I mean, they're nat 5s, but he's got just 4 normal element units in there. Bans the Elanoa, though, right? So, but I feel like if I was his opponent, I would have gone for, like, if we know what he's already using, I would have gone for a more aggressive style. Instead of more control, I would have gone like, okay, let's do aggressive instead of that. Let's go for more damage instead of more CC. So that's just my personal preference. That's what I would have done differently. Because if it didn't work the first time, I would have been like, let's try a different approach because I already know that this opponent that I'm going up against that we fought before is really good against control teams, so I would have just switched up my game plan. So another thing that you guys can use against a team like the opponent was picking, like with the Elanoa and the Shungpong and the Ganymede and all that crazy resets. Another thing, I mean, we saw the Water Lich. Fire Lich is also very good against this. Juno's also very good. She can potentially revenge if she gets hit by him. Vertiheal is also another one against like the Shungpong. Vertiheal is strong. And then there's also the Wind Sniper could be strong, but also could, if he's CC'd, he's CC'd. There's nothing he can really do about it. But if he gets hit by the Shungpung, he can increase his attack gauge, go into sniper form. And then if something comes in after that and then doesn't CC him right away, he gets another turn. He can come in, he can snipe. He does a lot of damage in his sniper form, especially with the attack power buff that he gives himself. But yeah, we saw him use the Water Lich. You could use the Fire Lich. You could use a Juno. You could use a Wind Sniper. Yes and no, things like that. Things that have passives, really. Passive units are very strong against those aggressive control teams. Next match, and I think this is going to be the last match, he goes for a Ciara Praha into the Molong, goes for a Gani and Oki. One of the things here is that some of these players are doing like half control and then half bruiser kind of things. That's not a thing that necessarily some of you guys might have to do in, like, for example, if you're going F3, you're going C1, things like that. You can just keep going all like aggressive, or you can go all bruiser or things like that. The thing with gameplay in the top 100 is that a lot of times they're very good at countering cleave teams. They're very good at countering control teams. They're very good at countering bruiser teams. If you pick just a set in stone standard one of those, they're going to know how to counter it. So that it sometimes is best to go for a hybrid team, because then it's a little bit of this, it's a little bit of that. There's no one clear-cut way of countering that team. So let's see what's actually going on here, even though I've only been half paying attention because I've been trying to pay attention to you, right? So he's got that Gani Oki lockdown, but he's got a lot of bombs on that. So takes that out. Let's see, and we're going to see in a second how much damage that Ciara actually has on her, like how much attack power she has, so how much damage she's actually doing there. So GG on that one as well. I don't know how much HP the Oki and the Gani had. So that brings us around to right now. He is rank 53. He has 2,301 points. He has a 69% win rate, which a lot of times people have this misconception that like, oh, you're G3, you must have a 95% win rate. Like, no one has a 95% win rate. There's just a misconception among players that you need to have like a crazy, ridiculous win rate. 69, he can actually keep it with this same win rate. He can actually keep climbing to higher, but he's like, no, I'm fine at 53. I'm fine at 53. We saw last season he had, he was rank 100. So it's not the first time he's ever been G3 either. He's a very strong player. Let's take a look at his runes and let's see you see the 100% resistance. This is a thing though, that people, there are some units that people put 100% resistance on. So let's actually see. Some of you guys, I feel, can definitely hit these on your Lulus. I mean, if you're like Fighter 1, probably not. But I think a lot of people are like, oh, you know what? He's picking that Lulu so aggressively, and it's not like a 300 speed Violet Will Lulu. It's a plus 152. It's attainable. With 100% resistance. So that's one of the things that he likes to go for, that a lot of people like to go for, again, is super high resistance on some of these units. So Speed, HP. We see 26 speed sub in there. We see 15 speed sub, 18 speed resistance though. This is not like a crazy ridiculous rune that no one can ever get on their account though. We got 26 on here. We got 22. We got 24 on here. He's just going for speed, defense, HP, and resistance overall on all of these. He's not going for like not going for crit damage Lulu. Let's take a look at the artifacts. He's got defense plus proportion to lost HP, damage received from wind, like for example Diana. Speed proportion to lost HP up to, well, I mean Diana, Shungpung, many things. Savannah. Speed plus proportion to lost HP. Damage dealt on light. I'm sure he doesn't really care about the damage dealt on light. It's completely pointless for Lulu. But defense and speed proportion to lost HP are nice. This way, you know, things do damage to her. And then she gets more defense and more speed. So she has an easier time trying to cut in and then heal things up. And then damage received from wind, obviously. On water bruisers in general, damage received from wind is very strong. So not a Lulu thing, it's just an anything thing. Skill 1 recovery is very strong. Skill 3 recovery. Skill 2 recovery is also strong as well. Defense plus proportion to lost HP. So all the things just, I mean, at least make sense. It's not like this is the best stats you're ever going to see in the world, but all the stats make sense on the unit, right? And then we have we didn't really see too much of we didn't see any of the Tetra. Let's take a look at the Tetra. So this is, fun fact, some people think that you need to do Tetra with with like Violet Will Tetra. You don't need to do Violet Will on Tetra. I do Swift Nemesis on Tetra as well, just because I want her to get some kind of speed to cut in. Nemesis I think is very good on Tetra. I like to put a little bit more resistance on my Tetra though, just because I want her to, like, she tends to get targeted by things. So I want her to get resistance. That's just me personally, but yeah, Swift, just speed, HP. Look at this. This is not unattainable, guys. Speed plus 14. Not that we've seen him picking her a whole bunch, but I mean, I'm sure if she's in his favorites, then I'm sure he's picking her at some point, right? So we got 25 speed on here. We got 22 speed on here, but like, this is not unattainable. This is 10 speed here, guys. It's not like you cannot get these runes. These are like, oh my god, I can't possibly ever get these runes. Speed plus portion to lost HP, I think is fantastic on Tetra. Damage received from wind again, because she's a water bruiser. She's a passive-based water bruiser. Single target crit damage, that's pointless. Damage received from water, that's okay, but a lot of times it's going to be like against Ciara's Gianna's. Crit damage received. Speed plus proportion to lost HP. I think speed plus proportion to lost HP is the best, probably the best thing for Tetra. So, and you see he's got a lot of that. Defense plus proportion to lost HP. Crit damage plus if the enemy's HP condition is good is completely pointless. Crit damage received, I'm sure he's going to wind up going for this again. You can also get those gems in the little magic hutch. What is that thing called? The little magic. You can trade your nat 3s and nat 4s for those gems. We can take a look at that. Actually, let me actually go show you guys what I'm talking about. You guys think I don't know what what magic hutch? The magic hutch, the crafting building. Right. So these engraved conversion stones. So you can go in here and you can get these, and you can trade in some of your units. Like for example, you could trade in some chillings. Chillings you can get very easily from the guild magic shop. Where's the guild magic shop? This guild magic. So you get pieces of. See, you can get pieces of these pumpkins right here. Super easy to get those, so I never feel too guilty for trading those in for things. Okay, so let's take a look again at the rest of the units. So we saw Tetra on here. We see this as 100% resistance. This is another one, 100% resistance on purpose. He's got fairly fast, I mean, like not super fast, plus 129. So this is probably on attack, probably triple attack with just speed and HP and resistance and subs. Right, triple attack. Oh, he actually has resistance. He wanted resistance that much that this was probably actually for something else. And he's like, oh, like this was probably from like years ago when he's like, oh, you know what? I got this super fast rune. It rolled multiple speeds. I'm put this on my Bernard for arena offense. And then he's like, let me repurpose it now, and we'll put this on the water joker. So he really wanted that resistance on the water joker. So it looks like he's probably got the attack in subs. More so than resistance and subs now, because he still needs some resistance to max it out at 100, but yeah, so this is looking like it's just not anything like super unreasonably attainable. It's like if you farm runes, you can get runes like this. It's not like, wow, I will never be able to get runes like this ever in my life. It's like you can definitely get runes like this. Damage received from wind, minus 11 damage received from water attack, increasing effect, bomb damage. More bomb damage would be nice. Attack plus portion to lost HP, which is actually really good now that I think about it for the water joker. And then extra bomb damage. Skill 2 accuracy, because that is the bomb skill. Skill 4 crit damage is pointless on him. But bomb damage and attack plus portion to lost HP. Since he's going to be he comes back from the dead and he bombs things with low HP generally. I mean, he could bomb things without being low HP, without coming back from the dead. He just bombed things turn 1 as well. But yeah, we didn't really see. We saw him get banned, but we didn't really see too much on him. So this one, I know you guys want to see the crazy runes on this. You're like, I was expecting something more ridiculous than this. So let's take a look. We have speed. That's actually a very juicy rune. We have speed. We have HP. This is a rune that no one is ever going to be able to get. You guys like, really? He's winning with it's not an unattainable rune. And then we've got this. It's just speed, HP, HP. There we go. Speed, HP, HP. We've got this. It's got, I mean, they're efficient, but it's not like he's got like blazingly fast speed on everything, right? So we've got additional damage for speed, for attack, for HP, attack plus portion to lost HP. This is not, is this even a, yeah, this is just a hero. This is just a hero rune. So this is not like, wow, I will never get an artifact like that on my account. This is just like, he's trying to think about, he's trying to use brain, think about what to pick to counter things, and trying to make whatever runes he has as efficient as possible. Some of his runes are, you know, pretty good value violent runes and things like that, but some of the runes also are like, you can get them. He's just trying to make the best of whatever he has and use brain. So he's got additional damage by 11% of attack, or damage received, this is not anything that crazy, honestly. This is real. I was expecting better actually on here, because he's using it so much, right? He's using it against, he used it in several of the matches that we saw. So let's take a look at this. Annabelle, another one, 100% resistance. I'm kind of curious if we see 100% resistance on, like, Rika as well. I feel like we see 100% resistance on Rika. I feel like we might see some good resistance on Diana also. Diana and Feng Gan. You guys want to see? You guys want to see those next? We'll see those next. Okay, so he's got 100% resistance on Annabelle, because just generally for cleansers, Lulu's a cleanser, Annabelle's a cleanser, Tetra's also a cleanser too, in one way. So you want to have good resistance on your cleansers and revivers just in general for this game, for many other games similar to this. We have speed. We have also accuracy is important on her for her skill 1 and skill 3. So speed, HP, resistance. He just goes straight up for resistance on stuff. And this is not the first time I've seen it this season, is people just going for resistance slot 6, because it's kind of, weirdly enough, it's a resistance meta, which is something I never thought I would see in Summoner's War, is a resistance RTA meta. But you guys like, I can't believe I've been selling resistance runes because it's garbage. I mean, it's an RNG stat, but it's really annoying if you don't get stripped. If, like, coming in from a turn 1 perspective, if you have multiple strippers and they don't strip anything and they don't CC anything and they don't strip and they don't CC, it's like, my units didn't work. I had the units that were gonna win, but it didn't work. It's like, well, that's what happens, you know, when 100% resistance actually works. Then, you know, it's very strong against a lot of the CC stuff in the current meta. So we have additional damage by 104% of speed. She's got multi-hits on skill 3, not on skill 1 and skill 2. Additional damage. Defense plus. I feel like I would have gone a little bit differently with her artifacts personally, but he's opting more for the extra damage with skill 3 versus what I would be going for, like the accuracy and, well, accuracy would be here, right? Yeah, accuracy would be here. Additional damage. He's really going for the additional damage with skill 3. Because in my logic is like, okay, if a unit has, like, for example, oracles, skill 1 you're going to be using a lot, have additional damage. So I would be more focused on additional damage with the oracles than I would be on something that just has multi-hits on skill 3, because then you have to wait for the cooldown, so that's just personally. He could also go for, or you guys can also go for, like, speed plus portion to lost HP, defense plus portion to lost HP, skill 3 accuracy on her, skill 2 recovery on her as well, skill 1 accuracy is not bad on her also, but he's going for more like getting that extra damage in there. And another thing which this season changes from a few seasons before is, like, a few seasons before we were seeing people do crit damage slot 4 on things, like, for example, Josephine and different things like that, whereas now with the artifacts, instead of people going crit damage on things, they're going additional damage in artifacts, and they're going just super extra tanky, and just getting the damage instead of the crit damage, getting the damage from those additional damage artifacts. So that's how things have kind of changed and progressed through the meta. Is instead of going crit damage on things, is they're going for tankier HP and going for more resistance and going for just additional damage artifacts. So we saw everything on her, right? So this is the Praha. She's got 100% crit rate. She has not crazy high resistance, just base resistance, 49% accuracy. You can guarantee, like, it's not ridiculous. It's got good efficiency, but it's not like super ridiculous, oh my god stats, right? So she got violence. She's got this nice rune, right? Crit rate 26. We see, what is this? HP. That's, I mean, these are pretty valuable runes here. This is only 15 speed. Some people think like, oh my god, I'm not gonna be able to use a unit unless it's 5 billion speed. 15 speed is not completely crazy unattainable. Then we have 15 speed over here. Okay, just going for some tankiness. 25 speed over here. Got some good value overall. He's got additional damage. I'm expecting additional damage, 184% of speed. Okay, so really wanted that. Additional damage, but we knew this was going to be a lot of additional damage, right? 2% of attack, 4% of HP, just wherever he could get it. Additional damage by 69% of speed, 2% of attack. So he's going, I'm sure he's going to re-roll that over and over again. Crit damage if the enemy's condition is good, additional damage. This is all about, these oracles just in general are all about additional damage right now. So he's got, like I said, speed, crit rate, HP. So the crit rate is to keep turn cycling with skill 1. So with these oracles, very aggressively, just the oracles in general, recently, people just are very aggressively using the skill 1s on oracles, just do all that extra pure damage. So, and then he's got, we didn't see him use this at all, so this is actually 100% resistance, which is not the first time I've seen. This is kind of a thing that we've seen for like ever since, has it really been ever since Bolverk has come out? He's been very, very high resistance unit. But yeah, let's take a look at this. He's got HP resistance on slot 6. He goes a lot for resistance on slot. I feel always apprehensive to go resistance on slot 6 personally, because I'm like, it could just not work. For me, from my logic, I'm like, I like resistance on some things, but I'm like, resistance on slot 6, that just like, then I don't get the value from having that HP slot 6 with a resistance sub, which I feel like I always want more. So he's just got triple HP. This is just a niche, like, last pick situation, which could be very strong when the opponent is picking things that have a lot of buffs, and you're like, oh, not really think about Bolverk being used in the current meta. And some people have been using that to their advantage. They're like, yeah, opponent's not really thinking about Bolverk. Like, oh, man, I'm going to get Bolverk picked on me. So they're just picking buffs whenever they want. And they're like, oh, by the way, I'm a last pick of Bolverk. So, you don't really see it too often, but some people have learned that it actually can be quite strong to just pick it out of nowhere and then like, oh, crap, here's a Bolverk. What do I do? Damage received from water, -7. Defense plus pro. I feel like I would do damage received from wind. Well, he has damage received from wind as well. Defense plus portion to lost HP. Just things to make him as tanky as possible. He doesn't need crit rate, doesn't need crit damage. Just make him tanky as possible. Comes in and does his ridiculous stuff. Skill 1 accuracy, which is nice. It strips, it steals a beneficial effect. Crit damage received, which is good. Speed plus portion to lost HP. Defense plus portion to lost HP. Are also strong on him. He doesn't even have any crazy, like, violent will, crazy nonsense stats. It's just super fast and tanky. I mean, not even super fast. It's, like, decently fast and tanky with good resistance. So then we have the Molong. I didn't even see him pick a Molong. So he's got Molong on speed, HP. Not completely unattainable. These, honestly, I kind of feel like some of these runes are like, I have these on my Europe's Revolt, and I'm like, I have no excuse to not be better on my Europe's Revolt now. Like, okay, we got similar units and like this looks like my box. We could even take a look at the end and look at the box on my Europe's Revolt. I guarantee it's almost identical to this. Make me feel very self-conscious about that account. Okay. Anyway, we got a speed HP on Vampire. This way he like does some damage to himself, but then he also leeches it back. And then we have, let's see how much resistance. He's got no resistance, really. 48% accuracy for skill 1 and skill 2. Skill 3 doesn't matter with accuracy. Additional damage. He does multi-hits on first skill. He does multi-hits AoE on second skill. So additional damage is very strong on here. Damage received from wind. A lot of people like to do wind units against the Molong over here. So Yeah, defense plus portion to lost HP. Then what do we have? Additional damage, additional damage, additional damage. Just for those multi-hits on skill 1, skill 2, I feel like he's very valuable with additional damage. So I'm not surprised to see Mo Long with additional damage. I'm just a little bit more surprised to see Anova with additional damage. I don't think... Another resistance unit, guys! It's a resistance meta. Okay. So this girl, we didn't really even see her at all, did we? So we've got HP resistance. Loves this resistance, man. He loves this resistance. But like, look at this rune. Okay, we got a lot of attack. So that means if he's got this much attack, that means he's picking her when he picks bombers. Like for example, Ciara, he probably picks her with that. So for something like this, she does this bomb damage. When we do all things in nature, she does bomb damage based on her attack power, not the initial bomb damage that was on it. So I did test this out with my some account, whatever, I have too many accounts, but I did test this out by there, and I was like, okay, we just stick a whole bunch of, we want her to just do extra bomb damage, bring her with bombs, we just stick a whole bunch of attack power on her, but then it makes her squishy. So attack in subs. So it looks like he's bringing her in with bombers of some kind. She's a support unit, so she has low base attack anyway. So, excuse me. And then we have the Suiki. So another one, 100% resistance. Not super crazy fast. He's got some attack power, which you want him to have attack power because he's a damage dealer. But he's kind of a bruiser damage dealer. You don't need crit rate, crit damage on him, obviously. So 15% crit rate makes a lot of sense. 100% resistance. A lot of times I see this guy on like multiple revenge sets. I'm not sure if this guy's on multiple revenge sets. He is on. So he is actually built more like a light Onimusha than anything else, because we see a lot of tankiness. It looks like this may be... Actually, it's probably, you know what? Knowing him, it's probably like HP resistance. Let's see it. It's speed HP. Okay, so I was wrong. Speed HP. But, you know, you see that resistance. Okay, so we got the accuracy, we got the resistance there. But this is built like a Kinky, like a budget Kinky. Like, oh, I don't have a Kinky. I'm going to bring this in, and he's going to be annoying to leave in the match for a long time. So I'm going to try to focus on him first, and then the opponent focuses on him first, but he's got 100% resistance, and he's going to despair revenge things. He's going to revenge things and then also stun them, which is potentially very nasty. So he's got, these are the runes on him, but you want to get some good efficiency on him just overall because he needs a lot of stats. He doesn't need crit damage, but he still needs accuracy. He still needs to do something like this for him. He still needs good resistance. Obviously, that's why he has good resistance. He still needs attack power, though. If you have like 0 attack power, he's just not going to do damage eventually. You do need him eventually to do some damage and kill things, but he's just there to be a target for the opponent. And then be really annoying with that 100% resistance so that they can't actually kill him, right? So additional damage, 2% of defense, life drain for skill 1, and then additional damage, just helping his multi-hit skill 1 do, it's not quite as strong as like the Oracle skill 1, but it does at least help his skill 1 do some more damage. And then we have this guy, Abellio. Did we really see him pick Abellio? This seems to be a European thing. Like these things, they seem to be a thing that European players do, more so than global, just from what I've noticed. So let's see, HP, crit damage, HP. There's the stats on this guy. We got damage dealt on fire, defense plus portion to lost HP, damage received from wind. A lot of times you're gonna hit just any water bruiser is gonna get hit by wind a lot. Crit damage up to 12% if the enemy's HP condition is good. We got skill through recovery, which is his AoE heal. We've got defense plus proportion to lost HP. Also, he kind of needs a lot of stats, to be honest, this guy. So it's kind of difficult to rune him. He doesn't quite need as much attack, which is nice. He doesn't do as much damage as Tyrannus either. Tyrannus does more damage. Also, Tyrannus self-buffs his defense and does damage based on defense. But, yeah, he does good. This is why he's on crit damage, but he does good damage. He just needs a lot of stats. He needs speed, he needs HP, he needs defense, he needs crit rate, he needs crit damage. If you want to build him as a bruiser, he needs crit rate, he needs crit damage, he needs accuracy. But he's kind of like a counter pick situation, not like you could pick this anytime. I'm surprised we did not see more Feng Gan in here, actually. So Feng Gan is just on Despair Will. This is a very necessary set on Feng Gan. You put him on Will, this way he can, based on his passive, he gets stripped, and then he comes in, he cleanses whatever, like if he gets stripped and stunned by Gianna, he comes in and he cleanses it, he cuts in, increases attack bar, and then he comes in, he AoE interrupts the team. So it's really there to to be a kind of counter to aggressive, fast control teams, right? Such a nasty unit, such a nasty unit. So he is on just speed, HP, accuracy. There we go. And this is a 5-star. Guys, have you ever gotten a 5-star rune in your life? This is top 100. He's got a 5-star rune on things. So it's not like you cannot ever get any runes that to make your units good. We see though, there's a lot of resistance. A lot of resistance and a lot of stuff with passives. Take a look at all this stuff that has passives on here. Actually, I'm like, this doesn't all have passives. But look, we got she doesn't have a passive. Very high resistance though. Passive, very high resistance and a passive. Passive, very high resistance. We're seeing one of two situations, right? Well, this has got nothing. Turn cycling and also additional damage is very strong on this. So we see both high resistance and a whatever, and a whatever. High resistance on here. We have high resistance on here. We have high resistance on here. High resistance passive. We have not high resistance. We have a passive on here. You guys see, like, it's one of two things. It's like he's taking turn 2 and he has things that have passives or things that have high resistance. So that's one of the takeaways from this. Then we have, so we see that one. Then we have this one. Actually, I would still put a little bit more speed. I don't mind complaining about this. I would put a little bit more. I like a little bit more speed on mine personally. Crit rate, he already does a crit rate buff, so this is effectively 90% crit rate since he does a crit rate buff. And then accuracy, I like more accuracy on mine too. But there we go for this one. He is on Despair Will, attack, crit damage, attack. And he's pretty tanky. Even being attack, crit damage, attack, he's pretty tanky. He's going to do a lot of damage. And then I'm sure he's got additional damage and artifacts as well. His skill 1 is a multi-hit, his skill 2 is a multi-hit also. So, just that extra damage there. But I feel like this one could get, I don't know, I feel... He's still got good efficiency though. He's still got good efficiency, but he's banking for the stealing a little bit more turns than natural turns. So it's so hard. He's not even really picking him though. And then we have a Vanessa. This is a fairly typical Vanessa build. The nice thing about this one is look at the amount of attack power on here. So I don't really even know if he's picking this. HP, crit damage, attack. He still has 130 speed in subs. So let's take a look at this. We got 22 speed on there. We have 23 speed on here. We just got good efficiency runes overall. 22, 21, 14. We got some good curry. You're just trying to get this as efficient as possible, trying to get as many stats as possible from different sources, right? So yeah, it's Vanessa needs a lot. She needs a lot of stuff to be good. One of the nice things is after this artifacts, like you don't have to get too crazy with the accuracy. You can just put like skill 2 accuracy and artifacts, and it doesn't have to be like, because Vanessa doesn't need accuracy for skill 3, but you can make an argument that Vanessa needs like every stat. Like to make a good Vanessa, she needs every stat. Not as much accuracy, but yeah. So we got 1500. Got 1500 HP on here, guys. Like, yeah, that's the only number of HP that you could possibly get. I don't think he's really using this too much though. Single target crit damage, skill 2 crit damage, defense plus proportional to lost HP, attack plus proportional to lost HP. I think defense plus proportional to lost HP is very, very nice on her. Also, you can make an argument that she's good on resistance too, because people, if they see Vanessa on the board, they're going to target her first because they don't want things to revive. They're like, let me just kill Vanessa first if possible, right? So then we have the triple revenge Verti-heal plus 127. Not anything crazy unattainable. Does not need accuracy, not wasting stats on it. Verti-heal is another one that you could also go high resistance on because he is a passive unit, and if he gets CC'd, he basically doesn't do his job of revenging and being annoying. So I'm sure he's got additional damage on these artifacts as well. He's got speed, he's got crit rate, he's got HP. That's pretty standard for him though. He's got extra HP there. He's got just some fat stats overall. Just some efficient. Try to just get efficient stats overall. He's got speed plus proportion to lost HP, defense plus proportion to lost HP. Actually, wait a second. My Verti-heals are all fast in this. Now I feel like I don't really need that much speed. I mean, he's going to revenge, but I like to have him faster anyway. Whatever. Damage received from water, minus 17%. A lot of times water damage dealers are going to be targeting, or water bruisers or everything's going to be targeting him, right? Defense plus proportion to lost HP, speed plus proportional to lost HP, additional damage, speed plus proportion to lost HP. You want him to steal turns, you want him to be tanky enough to survive, you want to make sure that he crits as well. So, and then the additional damage, I mean, he's got multi-hits on skill 1 and skill 2, so all the additional damage is good on him. Then we have the Judo with 99, one off of 100% crit rate. So this is not unattainable stats on Juno, right? This is on speed, crit rate, HP. Despair Revenge. He's got additional. This is that unit that you put like additional damage like crazy on. All these oracles, additional damage like crazy. Additional damage, additional damage, additional damage, additional damage. Skill 2 accuracy for the AoE strip. Skill 3 recovery for her passive. But he's looking like he does really like. It's looking like he probably picks Juno a decent amount, and we just happen to not really see a whole lot of. We saw him pick Juno, but we didn't see a whole lot of Juno picks in here. So this one, he's got almost 300 speed actually. Actually, I did not notice that she was almost 300 speed. So it's all, but it's still not quite 300 speed, right? And we saw where he's picking her. So he's got speed, HP. But like I said, we don't have any 300 speed units. And this top 100, it's really like if you want to be fast, you can't be like 300 speed. It's not like, oh, we're 300 speed, you can be top 100. Like, no, you're 330 speed. That's like, and you're picking LDs, and you're picking like, I'm scared. I think it might actually be more than 330 speed you need, but I got outsped by 320 speed. I like, with 320 speed, I have gotten outsped not even close to G3, right? So yeah, it gets a little bit ridiculous. But like 25 speed sub is attainable, guys. I hate to say it, but it's attainable. 23 speed sub, like those are things that you can actually get in runes. I know some of you don't believe me. You're like, nah. And then you try to get the efficiency here, right? You try to get all the efficiency here as much as possible because you don't have to speed chase on slot 2. So we got damage received from water, -17 for the Molongs. Defense plus proportion to lost HP. So you just want to do as much damage mitigation on the Ophelia as possible. Damage received under an ability. I'm sure he doesn't even care about that, to be honest. But he's picking her against Molong and Diana's. Right, so crit damage received -3. It's just a little bit, but whatever. Additional damage by 7% of it. That's unnecessary. Skill 1 accuracy. Additional damage. Crit damage received. So he's doing this. This specifically is here for the crit damage received and the HP plus 1500. I'm sure he wants to replace this with something much better, but this is at least for the time being. This is what he's using on there. Basically, you just want damage received from whatever and crit damage received minus as much as possible, and then as much tankiness, because she's just there to be a target for the enemies, so that they don't. So that she basically just protects your squishies. She protects your squishies just like Hanes underwear. This video is sponsored by Hanes. No, I'm just kidding. It's not sponsored. So this one we really care about because this is the thing that he's using so much. So he actually does not have super high resistance on him. I was kind of curious to see if he had high resistance on this. So he has vampire attack, actually not even top 100, not even grinded. I keep telling you guys though, like these are kind of a nightmare to try to get the grinds on. It's good efficiency, but not even grinded for that one, right? So here we go. It's got this is not unattainable, guys. This is, I know some of you are like, oh, that looks like my runes. Like, yeah, it could look like some of your runes. And then some of you are like, I don't farm runes. I don't even know why I'm watching this video, Bagel. Yeah, I know you don't know why I'm watching the video. Anyway, he's just trying to get as much efficiency as possible. He needs, he needs a lot of attack based on his passive, right? So passive, when being attacked by an enemy, the chance of receiving a glancing hit increases up to 50% as the enemy's attack power is lower than your attack power. So you want as high attack power as possible. But you also want crit damage because you want him to do a lot of damage and obliterate things when he revenges. If the enemy's attack lands a glancing hit, counterattacks with Iron Uppercut, automatic effect. So this Iron Uppercut also can combo into the first skill. Attacks in Uppercut, branding effect, activated in Mock Punch will be activated in succession with a 30% chance. So he is actually going fairly, he's picking this guy fairly regularly, so, as we've seen. Right, especially against things like Chongpung. Definitely picking him against Chongpung, definitely picking him against any AoE stripper type units. Anything where like the enemy has to AoE, so they have to hit him, and then he's going to potentially revenge like crazy. So I kind of figured he might have done, it's hard to make a good Douglas because he needs a lot of stat. He needs a lot of attack power, but he also needs crit rate and crit damage. But I kind of was curious if he was going to have some more resistance on this guy, because he's going to be taking him against a lot of control teams. So we have the Kaki now. Kaki has he's got 4 digits on both attack and defense. Then he also has he's got 20% crit rate, man. It's inefficient. I'm kidding. Okay, so he's got Final Will. Revenge is so nasty on Kaki. I feel like if a Kaki has like even one revenge rune, he revenges 75% of the time. 2 revenge runes, he revenges 100% of the time. Kaki on revenge is so frustrating to me. I have not had great experiences with Kaki's on Revenge. So, we got speed, we got HP, we got attack. Those are the stats. He's just trying to go for as much speed, HP, defense, attack as possible. Also, resistance and accuracy are good on Kaki as well. You don't have to worry about crit rate and crit damage. Because he doesn't do it. Unless you want to try to cheese it out with getting him hit into Sarion defenses in Guild Siege, lols. Additional damage in artifact, speed increasing effect is probably not what he was going for, but just extra additional damage, life drain, defense plus portion to lost HP, attack plus portion to lost HP, so that the lower his HP is, the more damage he does, and additional damage based on attack. So life drain, he already does life drain by himself, right? So people ask me about the life drain and artifacts. They're like, who does life drain? I'm like, it's just vampire or things that heal in their skills. So recover HP by 30% of the inflicted damage. That's what you use the life drain artifacts with. You can also use them with Rika. You can also use them with vampire runes. So that is the Kaki. Then we have the Rika, which I mentioned earlier. A lot of people like to do 100% resistance on Rika, so he has a 100% resistance on Rika. Also, Rika, one of the things is that I've seen quite a decent amount is high resistance on Rika, but also not really max accuracy. You need the accuracy on her, but a lot of times when you take Rika in, Rika's basically a last pick situation. A lot of the times when you take Rika in that last pick situation, is the enemies do not have high resistance. So you don't really have to go crazy on the accuracy because enemies don't have super high crazy resistance. So just an FYI. Just an FYI thing. I think I'm dying, guys. I think I'm dying. Okay, so let's take a look at her. She's just going to be on Vampire Reveal. Oh, I don't know what that's not. My brain is melting at this point. Sometimes it's good to breathe. So we have HP, actually. Wait a second. I actually wasn't expecting that. HP. So HP resistance. Not the build that I have on any of my Rikas, but if it works, right? But again, like I said, this is a thing that people are doing high resist on the Rika. Because she's just supposed to be anti-CC. She's supposed to come in and like, hey, I'm not getting CC'd. I have 100% resistance and I have will runes. I'm going to come in, I'm going to ruin your entire day if I do not get reset and attack age reduction. Even if she does get reset, like let's say Shungpung, let's say Ganemy, like the enemy's using things like that. Let's say she does get reset. She just come in skill 1, get a sleep. Skill 1 again, get a sleep. Skill 1 again, get a sleep. Oh, by the way, now I have skill 3 now. So, yeah, resetting her is not really that dangerous for Rika because she can do crazy things. But anyway, yeah, let's take a look at her defense push portion to lost HP. Additional damage by 37% of speed. Defense plus portion to lost HP. Skill 3 accuracy, which is strong additional damage. Additional damage by skill 3 is the multi-hit, right? But you do continuous damage anyway, so she doesn't really need additional damage. But accuracy, I think, is strong on her. Speed and defense plus portion to lost HP. And I think that damage received is also not bad on her. Like crit damage received or damage received from water and things like that. Because people are going to be trying to hit her with water and fire units as well. So anyway, then we have the Feng Gan. So this is, again, not unattainable stats on Feng. I mean, he's good. But it's not like, wow. Oh, he's on Vampire Revenge Feng Gan. So even if he doesn't... Even if he... Did I miss him? Actually, I might have missed him revenging without, like, Vampire Revenging without his... I'm just so used to seeing him revenge and also heal that I don't really think about the Vampire. But this is not the first time I've seen this build on him. But yeah, it's still throws me, though. Still throws me. So, additional damage by 5% of HP. He does do multi-hits with skill 1, so additional damage is not bad on him. He doesn't necessarily need it. I think that he's good with good accuracy, and then also the accuracy. He's good with accuracy on skill 1. He's good with additional damage on skill on his additional damage. Damage received from fire, and good resistance too. So additional damage here, additional damage here. Guys, my brain is melting. Oh my god, my brain is melting right now. Good thing we're at the end for the most part. We're back. I needed a 2-minute break to like just focus on something else that's not numbers for a second. Okay, so let's take a look at this inefficient Leo because 24 speed, bruh. Why you got that 24 speed on Leo? He doesn't need any speed. Okay, so we have attack, crit damage, HP on the Leo. I'm just joking about this speed. I mean, obviously Leo doesn't need any speed, but you know, if you just happen to have speed on the runes and you're like, you know, I'm gonna stick these runes on Leo. They have speed. I know they don't need them, but yeah. So he's got just I was gonna say fast and tanky. Maybe I need another break. I'm gonna just say just ruin Leo fast and tanky, guys. So just efficient as far as HP, attack, crit rate, crit damage. He does need some accuracy as well. That 12% accuracy. Well, he could actually just do accuracy on skill 3. So let's see if he does. He does not have accuracy on skill 3, but he basically just needs attack, crit rate, crit damage, HP, and defense as well. So that's what I go for on Leo. So he's got crit damage if the enemy's condition is bad, crit damage received, defense plus portion of the lost HP, crit damage if the enemy's condition is good. All nice. Crit damage on skill 1, skill 2 are both nice. Crit damage if the enemy's HP condition is good, if the enemy's HP condition is bad. So yeah, so he doesn't need, actually he doesn't need super hot. I'm trying to think if I would ruin Leo with a lot of resistance. Not really. He just needs to be a slow tanky bruiser. Basically, that's all he needs. But I would have expected a little bit more accuracy on him at the very least. But Leo's just about like his path. Even if he doesn't push things back, pushing things back is very nice for a turn 1. But even if he doesn't push things back, his passive is just activating all the time, regardless of if he's got accuracy or not. So then we have the CR, which is his first pick unit. First pick must be blazingly fast, right? So it's plus 135. Not super blazingly fast. Accuracy 39%. I already gave him a hard time about this 39% accuracy, guys. So just before the video even started, I knew what his accuracy on his CR was, and I was like, she needs a little bit more accuracy, buddy. And he's like, I just use her for the additional damage. So, she is fairly tanky. She's got 40,000 HP before towers and things like that. Her speed is not absolutely ridiculous. Crit rate for her turn cycling, right? This is how to get CR to land her bombs. Just put low accuracy on her. She's going to be like, I land them the same regardless. 100% accuracy, 39 accuracy, doesn't matter. I'm going to land them all the same. 50% chance either way. Okay, so we have, I don't know why I'm looking at her skills. We know what CR does at this point. He just got trying to get some efficiency on here. So he's going for just speed, HP, attack power. Actually, let's take a look at the attack power, because didn't this like this did pretty decent damage, but it's maybe their Ganymede Oki, whatever. Maybe their Ganymede was on crit damage, because we saw this like take out a Ganymede pretty easily, didn't we? I'm trying to think. Like I believe so. It's been like an hour already since we've seen that. But anyway, speed, crit rate for the turn cycling, and then HP. And it's crazy to see like plus 11 speed subs in Ciara. It's crazy to see that. Okay, so we got a 30 speed. We got a 30 speed on the same unit as an 11 speed. So 15 speed here. Okay, and a 15 speed here. But like this has some efficiency as far as like 32 HP and sub, right? 21 defense, 14 attack. So this can still be even better. Like, look at this. There's still more efficiency that can be had. There's no innate. Like, this is not, I'm trying to say this is not like an unattainable rune that you guys can never get on your accounts. Attack can still be 3% more. HP can still be 3% more. Speed can, I wouldn't put a legend speed grind on this. Wouldn't do it. But we can still have those extra 3% for attack and HP. We can still have that extra efficiency from having an innate. Like, for example, if we wanted like resistance or accuracy. I'm just saying, or accuracy on the innate. He's like, no, it will land bombs less. I know the secret to Ciara. Don't put high accuracy. Lands bombs more that way. I'll believe anything at this point, guys. I really will. So yeah, I'm just saying, like, this is a rune that you guys could have on your, not this one. This one is a rune that you guys could have on your account. It's not like completely unattainable, right? So, and then the crit rate, see, we have the high crit rate, 99, we have 100, we have 100 here for these oracles because they turn cycle. They get 45% attack gauge with their skill 1, as long as they crit on the enemy, right? As long as they crit on the enemy and there's no Tian lying on the field. I should clarify. So, for this Wind Monkey could use some more accuracy, but Wind Monkey could have accuracy in artifacts. I always think about that. He could have accuracy in artifacts. This Wind Monkey, I think, is important to note. Look at the HP on this Wind Monkey. A lot of people that are like early game players, they will make Wind Monkey just like attack or damage attack. And like, he doesn't have a lot of speed. I mean, that's just generally early game. Nobody has a lot of speed, right? But he doesn't have a lot of HP. So I think Wind Monkey, one of the things is you got to take a look at his passive, decrease incoming damage by 35. It does make him a little bit tankier regardless, but you could just maximize the tankiness of him by making him super tanky, right? So I always feel like I like to go I go speed, crit damage, HP on the Wind Monkey, and that's the way I like to have him built. But yeah, this is I feel like he could have some more speed. I feel like he could have some more accuracy. Let's take a look at his runes. Maybe he's not using him that much though. So he's got attack, crit damage, attack, and he's getting all that HP in subs. So damage dealt on water, damage dealt on wind. This is very good. Crit damage up to the 12%. Crit damage, crit damage, crit damage. Okay. And then we have crit damage received, skill 2 accuracy, which is what I mentioned. Like, you could have accuracy in subs. Also, is skill 1 stun, so it's nice to have skill 1 accuracy as well. But this is super juicy. So this one's still going to do a lot of damage, but look at all that HP that he has. He went attack or damage attack, but he also, look how much HP he has in the subs. Between the subs and the passive, he's going to be a tanky, annoying Wind Monkey. I don't think he really picks the Wind Monkey that much, but he is a turn 2 player, so things like the Wind Monkey are going to be very strong for him versus if you're picking like Shungpeng, Water Ryu, and things like that. Like you're not going to get a lot of value out of having Xingzhe on the board, or like runed up with some decent runes for you, whereas he takes turn 2 all the time. These are the units, like all these passive units, all these high resistance units. That's where he gets the value on his account, more so than going for fast, aggressive things. Like Kali is not even Kali's not even ruined here. Where some people love to use Kali, he doesn't even have a rune. He's not cleaving. He's just going turn 2 slow. I mean, he's not crazy slow. He still doesn't need speed on his thing. But he's, compared to other G3 players, he's not super blazingly fast. So he's just going for turn 2, a lot of passes, a lot of resistance, etc., etc. And he doesn't use things. I'm actually surprised that he doesn't have Leica in there. So he's got, look at this, he's got Savannah, he's got Ganymede, he's got Ethna, he's got a lot of these things that people are like, oh, I love to use this unit, I love to use. He's got this guy, he's not even bothering to use it, right? But he's got a lot of these different things that are not even, like Savannah's not ruined up. That's not his playstyle. He's not a turn 1 player. He is going for turn 2, bruiser. He knows that playstyle, he feels comfortable with that playstyle, and he's just continuing to go with that, where he's just like, no, I'm not going to use Ganymede, I'm not going to use Ethna, I'm not going to use Savannah. I mean, maybe he picks like maybe these things are ruined up. No, not even ruined up. Not even ruined up. Not even ruined up, guys. He's not even using them. So, yeah. Just to give you guys a little bit more insight on the things. This one, he's actually not even using. He just got it, and he was like, I want to play around with that. I want to see if he's 69 accuracy. I want to see if he's any good. So he's got speed, crit damage. I don't think he's ever used this, though. Speed, crit damage, HP. Just a fast bruiser. But just in case you guys are curious on this one. But again, I don't think he's ever actually used this. So he's got this one, Diana. So Diana's not super blazingly fast. She is on... Look like she's on HP, crit damage, HP. She's got to be HP, crit damage, HP. That's that amount of speed she's got to be. But she's generally on HP, crit damage, HP. She also has revenge. So this is something I don't remember who exactly started to do revenge, and then other people started to do revenge based on that. But Diana's going to be targeted a lot. When you see Diana on the board, you're going to go for Diana. I think that... Personally, I like to have a little bit more speed so she cuts in more, because she is going to cut in regardless, but I feel like I want her to cut in as much as possible and be as annoying as possible. But yeah, she needs 100% crit rate for her turn cycling insanity nonsense. He's got the crit damage on here. I think you could even make more of an argument for extra tankiness now so than before. She does a lot of damage, but additional damage and artifacts could make her do multi-hits and turn cycling. Could make her do, if you can't get crit damage, I'm saying. Could make her do still decent damage, because she's got the 4 hits with the skill 2. So you can just go additional damage and artifacts and go 100% crit rate and try to get her as tanky as possible, right? If you can't go crit damage. So it's just she has more viability without crit damage on her now than she used to since the additional damage artifacts. But he's probably got some pretty, look at this, HP. High crit rate, 23 there, crit damage on here, because he's got to get, the thing is, if you have crit damage, you got to get, like, really good efficiency crit rate subs. So, and then we have 28 crit rate there, very, very juicy. And then we have just tanky bruiser stats, but she doesn't need to be super fast. So he is still going for additional damage over here. Damage received from water is probably not what he wanted. He probably wanted damage received from fire and higher amount of that. But then we have additional damage, additional damage, additional damage. Skill 2 crit damage, which is where you're going to be getting the damage from anyway. So, yeah. Super tanky, though. She is 45,000 before towers. Yep, and she's on crit damage as well. And you don't really have to go too crazy with the accuracy. I still like to have some accuracy on my Diana, but you don't have to go too crazy because she's got... If you need her to strip things with skill 2 in human form, she's still got multi-hits. So she's still got multi-hits, and she could also proc... She will also proc after that. She's got to basically strip whatever, regardless, because there's so many chances to strip. So you could be like, fail, 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 and then she succeeds, right? But I still like her to at least get the stuns on skill 1 is pretty nice. So I still like a little bit more than 0 accuracy on her. But let's take a look at this guy. So he is actually 44. Is there a secret? Like low accuracy is better or something? I was expecting more than 44% accuracy on this. But yeah, let's take a look. He's got, this is fairly standard on him, speed, defense, HP. He's just there to be fast, and he's there to be tanky. He will cut in as well with this skill 3 Rage of, not that one, Root of Beast passive. Additional damage that is proportional to your max HP when attacking, counterattacks with a 50% chance when attacked. So, yeah, and then he's got the stun here, he's got the continuous damage here, and then he's got the Rage of Mother Nature. So, let's see. We have speed, defense, and HP. We have accuracy and subs. I was just expecting a little bit more accuracy, to be honest, and additional damage. He's got multi-hits. Not a lot of... I'm surprised to see that much additional damage on him, actually. Maybe this is from another unit. Yeah, okay, so he's got skill 2 and skill 3 accuracy still. Defense plus proportional lost HP. I feel like I would have gone a little bit differently with him. I mean, I have one. I did go a little bit differently with mine. But, yeah, I don't really value the additional damage so much on him. I value more of the accuracy route. Just trying to get it fast, to spare lots of accuracy. So, then we have this guy. So this guy, one of the fun things about him is he actually does not need a whole lot of speed based on his passive. This is against cleave teams, right? So if your opponent's bringing in like some Dracos and some Bastards and Lucians and things like that, this is a nice unit to just pull out at the end. Like, oh, by the way, I happen to have a light sniper, so now you kind of have to force ban him. So increase attack bar by 25% whenever an enemy gains a beneficial effect from a skill. So he basically, like, Basta comes in and does her skill 3, and then he's like, okay, it's my turn now. So he comes in, he does this suppressive fire, removes beneficial effects, 70% chance, damage increases according to the number of beneficial effects removed. So this is just a hard counter to like Bastet Lucian. There's absolutely like a force ban kind of situation. So he's got just as much damage. He doesn't need to worry about speed because he's going to cut in like crazy, right? So he just needs to try to get as much damage as humanly possible out of this so that he blasts through that Lucian. So just a ton of damage. So, then he's got crit damage if the enemy's HP condition is bad. Crit damage if the enemy's HP condition is good. Crit damage if the enemy's HP condition is good is much stronger here than the one where it's bad. And then I'm sure he's got additional damage with... Not additional damage. Crit damage on skill 1 and 2 on this one. So, crit damage on skill 2, attack plus portion to lost HP. Crit damage if the enemy's HP condition is bad. And then skill 2 accuracy because it does still do a strip, right? So... there is that for that. Then he's got the Veramos. Okay, let's take a look at the Veramos. He is just on... You could actually put Veramos on some wacky stuff and have him work. Like, you put him on... I always call them in the new sets, but you could put him on, like, Tolerance, for example. And, like, Nemesis is strong on Veramos, but he doesn't necessarily need to be on Violent. If you're running out of Violent runes, you can put him on some wacky stuff. I've done it, and he still works just fine, even without... He's just there for his passive. And if he cuts in, that's even better. So he's got just a lot of efficiency on this slot 2 speed rune, speed HP. I don't think we really saw him being used that much, but I'm sure he actually is using him at some point. So, yeah. And then that beautiful speed plus 11 rune. It seems crazy to see someone in the top 100 players and then like have speed plus 11 on some of the runes, because you kind of like have this thought in your head. You're like, okay, everyone in top 100 has these unattainable runes that I will never get on my account. But it's like, no, like you guys can also get speed plus 11 on your runes. Okay, so then we have this girl. She is on, let's take a look at her stats. She's on 125 speed. So let's take a look at her. She is on 228. And then we have him on 236. So not quite right next to each other, but I was just curious how tightly they were going to be next to each other, because a lot of people like to do this as a 1-2 shot combo. So we don't need to see her skills. We know what skills she has. She's on HP, HP, HP. Just a ton of HP because she does 50% of her HP as damage over here. Steals life from the enemy. Amount stolen is equivalent to 50% of your max HP. You get another turn if the enemy dies. So also she's an attack type unit, which she would be crazy stronger. She a lot stronger if she was actually an HP type unit. So yeah. I personally like to run her faster, but then she doesn't do as much damage. Like, she's very nasty like this. So, yeah, there we go for the stats. We have defense plus proportion to lost HP, damage received from fire, damage received from wind, crit damage received just to make her even tankier, skill to recovery because it is an AoE attack, but it also does heal your team. Defense plus proportion to lost HP just makes her tankier, 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 tankier because people want to try to kill her if possible. How much resistance is on her? 21% resistance, okay. Just curious, but I'm sure he's running her with, like, whenever he does pick her, I'm sure he's using it with Lulu or Annabelle or things like that. While we're here, let's take a look at some of the other stuff on his account. I don't want to go too crazy on, like, looking at all his runes and stuff like that. Just want to see what other units he has, what units he's not even bothering to bring into RTA since he is basically a turn 2 player. He's got double bastets. He's got a lot of other stuff here. Okay, so he's got double bastets. He's got the Leica, which we actually saw some of these things. He's got an Odin. He's got a Savannah. He's got a Barbara, and he's got a Water Ryu over here too. He's got a Josephine. He's not even bothering to use any of these units over here at all. He's got 3. That's for Siege. These are for Siege though. All of those things. So he has some of these more fast, aggressive things. He's just not. He's got this girl too. He's got all these beast riders. He's got Chiwu. He's got Oki. So you got a lot of you may be thinking like, oh, he probably doesn't have some of these super good Nat 4s, super good Nat 5s that lend to a more faster, aggressive style of play. But he's like, no, I have these. I just feel that my gameplay style is more conducive to turn 2 than turn 1. So all of these different things, like for again, like the Oki, the Gani Oki, he's got the Gani Oki, he's got the Chu, he's got the Water Ryu, he's got the Savannah. He could definitely play turn 1. He plays better turn 2, so that's what he goes for. He's got one of these guys. I keep telling you guys these are good. He's got the Hathor. He can do a Gani Hathor. He can do a Triton. He could do a Charlotte. He's got a lot of different. He's got a Christina, guys, the best monster in the game. Wow, crazy, ridiculous. Oh my god. So there's a lot of different things that he could use. He's just opting to not use them. He also has. Oh, I thought that was a light one for a second. Lols. He also has a water vampire. It's crazy, right? So let's take a look at some of his dungeon teams. Some of his dungeon teams real quick. He's got, the standard Tricaru team. He has the standard. This is actually, let's take a look at this. He's rank 50. He's rank 53 in this as well. Balls. So let's take a look at, since it's so fast, we may as well see what it does. Amputation magic. Okay. And actually kills everything. So one of the things is he's got he's got 2 of them transmogged and one of them not. 2 of the Ikaru's transmogged and the other one not transmogged, so that it goes in the right turn order that he wants, right? So when they team up, because it's all based on animation speed. So it is on purpose. It's not like, oh, he forgot to transmog. It's like, no, it's actually on purpose for a reason. So there we go, guys. Super slow Necropolis, right? 31 seconds. Definitely no one can possibly. I just felt like it was going to be good to show this one. We have attack, crit damage, attack. He's got it on his own set of fight runes and still 100% crit damage. What do we have for here? I feel like we're going to see. Look at this. It's not anything crazy. You're like, oh my god, these Tricaros need to be not even skilled up or anything. We got 1 determination set. We have. I figured there was going to be. Look, this is a fatal Tricaru. And then I thought there was going to be some more fight runes on those. And then he's got another set of fight runes on here. Okay, so those are the stats on there. Just in case you guys were curious, here's the artifact skill 3 crit damage, additional damage. Additional damage, I mean, he still does multi-hits. We don't really think about it, but he still does do multi-hits. Crit damage plus if the enemy's HP condition is good is also very strong. Additional damage based on speed is just that extra little damage, right? So then we have his Steel Fortress team, which is an amazing Steel Fortress team that no one is going to be. I mean, there's too many LD5s in this that no one's ever going to be able to do that, right? No one's ever going to be able to build that. So we've got another Tricaru, and then we have I don't think he farms giants a lot. The team actually does, it's a 32nd best time. So I just don't think he's farming giants like crazy. I'm sure he's just farming dragons and Acropolis a ton. So let's go take a look at some of the siege defenses and what he's got for them. So I was initially going to show a little bit more of the siege defenses. I've opted to not do that. The video is already long enough, and I don't want Aftermath coming after me like we have to all take down Bego. So I'll try to not piss off one of the best guilds on Europe server. Let's go take a look at just this defense, because this is a 4-star tower. So I think some of you might want to know how to rune it. This is Carson. The reason that he's using Tetra in here is because he does not have a Molly. That's the only reason that Tetra's, he's like, this is my second best option because I don't have a Molly. But he is on speed. This has got to be speed, crit damage, HP. Speed, look at the stats on here. And again, some of these, again, I didn't say it in the first place. Some of these runes are runes that he has on different things in RTA, because this is Siege, and you can have, some people actually still don't know this, you can have different runes on your RTA units than you can on your units for like the rest of the game, like dungeons and guild wars and things like that. So this is on Violent Destroy, speed, crit damage, HP, just trying to get as much stats as possible. He's got 30,000 HP, he's still got enough. He does so much damage that even with just like that much attack, in sniper stance, he does still quite a lot of damage, right? So this is the runes on him. I'm not going through showing everything. I'm just showing the runes on this guy. So and then this is the Molly substitute. I'm holding it, and that's why it's not actually popping up. So this is the Molly substitute. She is on triple HP, and then she's just on some. She's pretty fast though for even being on triple HP. She's on Violent Will. She's got some defense here. Speed plus portion to lost HP. Defense plus portion to lost HP. And then we have one of these guys, a Fuki. So some of you may notice this, is, I actually talked to him about this as well, is this Blade Slaughter is not skilled up on purpose, because he wants his AI to use the Ghost Slash more than the Blade Slaughter. So just as an FYI, he is on triple HP as well. No crit rate, no crit damage, doesn't have to worry about that. So these are the stats on this. But if you guys want to run a defense like this, this would be a way to, this would be what you would want to shoot for in terms of trying to get a defense like this working. But again, he's just using the Tetra because he's like, I still don't have a Molly. I still don't have a Beta. I don't have those units. I have to use Tetra because that's what I have. He's got the skins for them because G3 Siege, but he does not have Molly or Beta. But anyway, that's it for this one. Just wanted to show you guys some of this stuff. Thank you. Thank you, Pee-Pee. Thank you for letting us get on your account. I think that's really great. I think that's really great to be able to see all of the different runes and stats so that a lot of people in the community can be like, oh, okay, so that's why he does this like this. That's why he does this like that. One thing that I want to mention at the very end, he does paid account rerunes, not free and not cheap. But he does paid account. So if you guys are willing to pay and you guys want account rerunes, make sure you have runes first. I mean, he can only do so much. He can't, like, magically give you runes, but make sure you have the runes. If you have runes and you feel like your account is not runed optimally and you're interested, I will leave his Instagram link. I'll put it on the screen right now, and I'll also leave it in the description so you guys can go to his Instagram and get in contact with him through there. But anyway, thank you again to Pee-Pee on the Europe server for letting us get on your account, and Jeezy on G3. He said he's not even queuing for the rest of this. It's only like a day left of the season anyway, but he's not even queuing for the rest of the season. He's just going to sit and he's just going to camp in G3 and end G3. But anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoy. I will see you as always in the next one.